That was great. I was glad she came here.
It was very interesting. Learned something new.
Speaking, Sally Sue, of great, why don't we bring out our next guest?
Oh, I can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the county of Martin, the town of Fairmont, join me in welcoming Kathy Peterson.
So good to have you.
Thank you so much for
welcome. Welcome. Glad to be here. Glad you're here. Yes.
This is wonderful. So, Kathy, you are with the Opera House, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What is your position at the Opera House?
My position at the Opera House is Executive Managing Director.
Wonderful.
Oh, okay. The Opera House has been around for many years, has it not?
It has. It was built in 1901.
Wow, that was the same year my dad was born.
Really?
True.
Really?
That's a whole other story. Yes.
Okay. 1901. I didn't realize that was the year.
I know there have been many highlights that have taken place at the Opera House, but has there ever really been an opera?
Rarely.
Okay. I do understand though that there was some dancing that might have went on, and perhaps you might have been one of those participants.
I knew you were going to mention that.
Is that true? Well, I'm a real fan of the can-can.
I can show you a thing or two. Not today, probably.
I might hire her. Go ahead. So really, you danced?
Yes, I did. Several years ago, the Opera House had a show for tour buses that came through town. And I worked elsewhere, and over my lunch hour I would run down to the Opera House and we'd put on a little show that showed the history of the Opera House, and at one point
what a great idea.
We'd do the flapper dance, and then then a little later we'd come out and do the can-can.
Outstanding.
Wonderful.
Why don't they have those tour buses anymore? That's what I wanted. My understanding or my background information says that it was something more than just a performance theater at some point. What else has happened at the Opera House?
It went back and forth between being a performance center and a movie theater.
A movie theater?
Yes.
It was never designed to be a movie theater, though, was it?
No, it was designed to be an opera house.
An opera house. Or a performance.
Or a performance center,
Performance center. Mm-hmm. Well, have you ever been to shows there?
Yes, I have, and they're marvelous.
Just outstanding.
Yes.
The acoustics are great.
Now you have a subscription series that comes to the Opera House?
Yes, every year we have a subscription series, and it usually entails between 6 and 8 shows, depending on the year. And we have anything from music to dancers to theater. Did I say magic?
Oh, yeah, magic? Magic shows?
Some magic shows as well.
How many are in a subscription series, Kathy? How many in the year, typically?
Typically, this year we have 318 seats are sold for the season.
And how many shows will those folks see through that?
They'll see 7 this year.
7 this year,
yes.
Okay.
Nice.
And they're spread out throughout the 4 seasons, correct?
We generally begin in October and end in April or May.
In April. Okay, so it's close to the summertime.
Yes.
It's probably not air conditioned, so
yes, it is.
It is?
It is air
Well, there you go. See?
Good deal. You also have children's theater that is held in
I didn't know that.
Yes, yes.
Yes. In June and July, we have our Civic Summer Theater there.
Oh, really?
And then in the first 2 weeks of August, we have our Children's Theater. And then Children's Theater is there again in December.
Oh, how fun.
So they have 2 shows.
All right, this is a dumb question, but in the summer when you have children's theater and school is not in session, how do you get the kids, where do these kids come from and how are they organized? And I've never participated in children's theaters.
Well, they have.
I know that's hard to believe, viewers, but I have.
They have a day in April where everyone comes to try out.
Oh, really? Okay, so they have a director and a producer and all that?
Yes, they do.
Okay, that's great.
What a wonderful experience.
It is. How many children do you have involved typically in those programs?
Last August we had 30 children.
Wow.
And the one we just had in December, we had 49.
Well, I'm hearing all of this, and this doesn't just magically happen.
No.
I'm thinking you must have a large bank of volunteers involved in this.
We have some wonderful people that help. Our stage manager for shows, and ushers and servers and bartenders. We
so
just
you could
opened a
have
bar.
100 or more at any given time. I mean, now at the same time, but throughout the year, there's probably close to that helping out in some way, shape, or form. That's great. I understand that Paul and Linda McCartney did they actually attend a show, or how did that, they were at the Opera House, correct?
They were taking a tour of Fairmont, and they stopped by the Opera House, and at that time we were replacing all the seats.
Oh, okay.
And they actually bought 2 seats in the Opera House.
So
their name is on a little brass plate on their chairs.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Isn't that
That is pretty interesting.
Wow.
Would have been cool if he'd have performed at the Opera
Oh,
House.
wouldn't
that
that
would
be
have been
great?
great.
Yes, that would have been awesome.
I don't know that we could afford him, but
Well, freebie. I was thinking of freebie, Kathy.
Oh, okay.
Now, you must also financially depend upon, well, not only contributions, but also grants.
Yes. We write many grants.
Many
really?
grants,
Okay.
I imagine.
Both state, regional, and local.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And we also have sponsors.
Oh, really?
Local
Oh.
business people that will sponsor a show for the season. Yes.
So if one person, well, is it just business people, or can individual citizens become sponsors?
Whoever
also?
would like to can be a sponsor.
And how do they go about doing that?
It depends. Well, they would contact me, and I would give them the information. And there are limits. I mean, you have to donate a certain amount to be a sponsor.
Sure.
And you can be a co-sponsor or a full sponsor, depending on how much you'd like to donate.
Now, I noticed when I knew that we were going to interview, so I made a trip to Fairmont.
Oh, very good.
I went outside
Very
of
good.
Sweet Swain County.
That's okay. You're allowed once in a while.
I happened to walk in front of the building, and I saw the pavers with the names in them.
Yes.
What's that all about?
Really?
Yeah, they have these.
I didn't know that.
And people had their names in it. Was that a fundraising?
It was. Actually, it was several years ago, and one of our previous managing directors started that. We called our Brick Promenade fundraiser.
Oh, okay.
So anyone
how
can
fun.
purchase a brick and have what they
So
like
that's still
engraved.
something you can do?
Oh yeah, we continue to do that.
That's very good to know.
great.
Recently, Teresa Davidson gave up her position on the Children's Theater, so she was awarded a granite brick that we will be laying this spring.
And so there's still room to buy more pavers?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
So
outstanding.
that's another way that people can help.
You know,
Yes,
this
that's
facility, for a very small community, and nothing against the size of Fairmont, but for the size of Fairmont, you know, to have some of the artists that you've had come and perform, for those of you folks that haven't visited the Opera House, you should take time to do so, not only for a show, but go downstairs and take a look at, I call it the Wall of Fame.
That's what I call
Take a
it.
look at the Wall of Fame and see how many people have been there. I have some notes here. For example, Richie Havens, Arlo Guthrie, Ricky Skaggs, John Barry, Bobby V, America, B.J. Thomas, the Glenn Miller Orchestra. I mean, those are pretty common known names throughout the entire United States. So that's very impressive for a community the size of Fairmont.
So if someone would like to contact you for information for the subscription series, to contribute, to buy a paver, how would they get a hold of you?
We have a website, and all the
great.
information is on the website,
All right.
and that's just FairmontOperaHouse.com.
FairmontOperaHouse.com, okay.
Yes, or you can call me at the Opera House at 507-238-4900.
Well, I'll tell you, Kathy, I'm really glad that you came today. We've learned a lot about the Opera House, and I've been there before, and I would encourage our viewers to make a special trip to do this, because it is quite the jewel in southern Minnesota. So,
Thank you.
Well, Kathy, we want to thank you, and we also want to thank Anne Marie for being our guest, and we would also like to thank you, our viewers, for watching the Cocklebur Morning Show, where we weed out the big stories from throughout Sweet Swain County and beyond. So for Sally Sue and myself, bye-bye.